Hey guys, today we're going to talk about 2 training exercises that you can use to improve your overall climbing form and technique. So we're at South Mountain Park in Phoenix, Arizona, and I have Jamie here with me today. I thought she would be a great resource to tap into because she's been bouldering for about 10 years now. She's a Butora ambassador as well as a founding board member of the Arizona Women's Climbing Coalition. And I'd like to humble brag on her behalf a little bit because about 1 year ago, she sent her first outdoor V10, and it was pretty stout for the grade. She got the FFA of that climb, and she has since, in the past year, sent 3 more outdoor V10s. And for all of you smaller climbers out there, I know climbing can be a little intimidating, maybe feel like a height-dependent sport, and Jamie is 5'1", so I find it even more impressive that she's accomplished what she has with informal training and just being a smaller climber. So Jamie, thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say. I know you have 2 training techniques in particular that you want to talk about. So can you tell me about the first one?
Yes, so the first one I'd like to talk about is one-arm dead hangs, and these were really helpful to me last year when I was training a little bit more, gearing up to project my V10. So these really help with your shoulder stability, especially if you do it with proper form. You want to keep your shoulder engaged, not hang dead on your shoulder, as the name might suggest.
Right.
So instead of hanging with your shoulder kind of up by your ear, you just want to pull it down with your scapula, like just down and back a little bit, and you want just a little bit of engagement in your elbow, just a little bit of bend in your elbow. I like to go to a hangboard. If you're new to the exercise, you might want to start on a pull-up bar. If you are having trouble hanging on one arm, you might want to use a pulley system to take some weight off. What I like to do is hang on one arm for 5 seconds, switch, hang for another 5 seconds, and do that about 5 to 7 times. And that would be 1 set, and I do 3 to 5 sets of that.
Okay, so you'd say, let's just say we're new to this, so we'll start on a pull-up bar, remove weight with a pulley system if you have to, hang for 5 seconds, and then immediately switch to the other hand, hang for 5 seconds, and you basically go back and forth like that 5 to 7 times.
Yes.
And then you do 3 to 5 sets of that. How long of a break do you take in between sets?
About 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes. Okay, reasonable enough.
Yeah.
And you usually do this though in a half crimp position?
Yes, half crimp.
That's impressive because it is hard to just do on a regular pull-up bar.
Yeah.
With your body weight.
Yeah, well, half crimp is a good position just because the strength it builds is applicable to a lot of different positions. So it's probably the most ideal grip to train on a hangboard. But you know, if a jug is more comfortable for you, then that's fine.
So start off on a really good hold or a pull-up bar if needed, and then slowly move to a big crimp or a half crimp position.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I know you have a second training technique that you like to use. Can you describe that to me?
Yes, so the second technique that I like to use is down climbing. Basically what I like to do is while I'm warming up, I'll get on an easy climb and I'll climb to the top and I'll just climb down. And I'll do that until I get to climbs that are too hard to do that on anymore. I find that that helps a lot with developing technique, like footwork. It helps you control your movements a little bit more, and it also helps improve your endurance a little bit. One of the most common things that I find myself doing is when I'm down climbing, I'm being much more mindful of where I'm placing my feet because they're going down first. So a lot of the time I'll find that where I'm placing my feet is more efficient on the way up as well. So if I climb that problem later, I'll just use my sequence in reverse. Another little thing that I found that I do after I started down climbing is sometimes I will palm the wall to stabilize myself when I'm on the way down. I do that on the way up now too, depending on the climb. It's just kind of like flagging your foot. It just adds a little bit of stability and helps you make some of those moves that feel a little more wild if you don't have it.
So you really utilize the whole wall and not just the holds that you're handed.
Exactly.
Spoon-fed. Cool. And it sounds like you specifically down climb the route that you went up.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
To improve your technique.
Another nice thing is that when you're jumping down from the top of the wall, that can be really hard on your back and your knees.
Oh yeah.
So if you down climb your routes, you're saving your knees and lower back some impact during your session.
Oh, definitely. Why put your body through any more than you need to as a climber?
Exactly.
So.
We're already pretty hard on our bodies, so.
Definitely. Well, great. These sound like great training techniques that any of us could use in our climbing sessions, and maybe these you've heard before, but it's easy to forget. It's easy to rush through your session. So take your time, give the one-arm hangs and the down climbing a try. Be deliberate with your movements, just like Jamie described. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And look out for future climbing videos. Feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions about this, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.